Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome guys. If you're new here, my name is Temi George. I'm a YouTuber based in Abuja, Nigeria. And also for my returning subscribers, thank you guys for the show of love always. I always see your comments and I really appreciate it. Guys, can you see this look? If this is what you'd like to watch, please stay tuned. Watch this video, share with your friends, like my video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. Guys, please just support your girl. Stay tuned. Camera. So I did my brows off camera and I'm going into my face. If you want to see how I made this brow, there's a detailed tutorial in my video. I've done a tutorial like some 2 videos away, so just go down and check my tutorial. It's in depth, like really. So now I'm going in with my whites and cleansing my face nicely. So you really want to do this to remove excess dirt, just to make sure that you have a clean canvas. You have to really do this. So now I'm going into my foundation, going in with this first thing, foundation in Cappuccino. And I'm just going to be blending that into my face. But before then, I'll be using my face primer, because I get really oily. So I'll put in the areas that are really oily. So I'll be applying that with my fingers. So I'm doing this like so. Just doing that. Just doing that. After doing that, I like to go in with my setting powder to set all over my face. I'm going in with a fluffy brush. I'm just putting my setting powder like so, and I'm just setting that all over my face, just so that it holds more oil. It goes back on more oil. Foundation now. That's my Maybelline foundation. So I'm just going to be tapping that into my skin. This is my perfect shade, the Cappuccino. I'm just doing that. Blending that in. So I'll be going in with my concealers now. The first concealer I'll be using is in Fawn. That's the one in pure beige and also in creamy beige. Watch me as I do this. So I'm going to be telling you as I go. So first off, I'll be taking the one in Fawn and I'll be applying it just in this area of my face, like so. Closer shade to my foundation color, so that is why I'm applying this. Next, I'm going to go into the pure beige and I'll be applying that here. Can you see that, like that transitioning? That is going. I'm going to be going into my creamy beige now, which is the lightest shade, and I'll be applying that into the inner corner, just on this area. I'm not going anywhere else. I'll just apply this just here, on the inner corner of my eye. That's my tear duct area. That is all I'm doing. So next, I'm going to be blending in this with one of my brushes, this fluffy brush. I'm just going to be blending, tapping it into my skin like so. I'm going to be blending it like that. So can you see how it blended nicely into my foundation? It just looks like I go ahead to highlight the other areas of my nose. I just want this to dry down a bit, so I'm going to be highlighting my nose. I'm taking that pure beige now to highlight my nose, and I'm going in like so, in a very detailed manner. I don't want to mess it up, and then I go here. So I'm just picking that pure beige now. I'm just doing that like that. Blend my nose highlights now with my beauty blender from Beauty Line by Judy. It's a very nice beauty blender. If you had watched my previous videos, you'd have seen me introducing all these tools to you, and even the products I've been using. I've not really changed my products from when I started. So to go on and watch my previous, please guys, watch my videos, and please don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, guys, and thank you for the love shown on my previous video. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. So I'm just blending now. Right now my inner eye concealers are, I'm sure they've dried down a bit, so I'm just going to blend that out now. With my foundation brush I used to apply my foundation, and just make sure that all the edges are well blended, because we don't want harsh lines. Going into my very light foundation from blackup foundation. It's in the shade 00. That's how light it, just to make sure that my highlight pops more. And I'm just going to be, immediately I apply, it dries down very fast, so I just blend immediately. So I'm just leaving that in my inner corner. Yes, it's blended. Can you see how bright my eye looks? Like, it looks like I just you know, it just looks really nice. If it's the kind of look you want to achieve, just follow this process and you definitely get that beautiful result. You know? I'm okay with my blending. It's well blended now. Done blending all the areas I want to highlight. So now I go into my setting powder, but before I go into my setting powder, I usually like to set with like a lighter shade of powder, not like so light, but a bit lighter shade of powder. And I'll be going into this Lady V Beauty palette, and I'm using this particular shade in Bianca, this particular shade in Bianca. I'm using that to set all the areas I highlighted, which is like under my eye. But before you do that, you want to make sure that you don't have creases. So make sure you blend properly before you set that, so that you don't crease, don't have creases, and then you blend almost immediately. I'm just using this fluffy brush to just set that down, so that way my highlight is not easy. Contouring my face now, you can see that I've already set the highlight and everything is in place. So now I can go ahead to contour my face. So I'm going to be using this Lady V powder palette again. I like to do powder contour sometimes, because I just feel like I still get to achieve the same thing a cream contour will do. So I'm using this shade in Maroon and Ebony. So I'll be picking each of them and just blending them nicely. So first off, I'll go in with the Maroon. No, I'll go in with the Ebony, sorry, that's the darkest shade, and I'll be using that to contour. I'm starting the contour. I'm trying to contour my nose first. So I'll just be going like so. I'm just putting it gradually, and I'm just putting it in just this area, and I'm using this slanted fluffy brush because we're still going to blend that out. So I'm just doing that gradually, still picking that ebony shade. Now I'm dragging it down. Yep. I like to blend that into my brows, like so it just looks like it's coming from the brows down, which looks realistic. So can you see that my nose is looking snatched already? So I like to blend that out with the shade of the Maroon shade, which is a fairly light shade of, it's not as dark as the Ebony. So I'm just blending that out now. Make sure you're blending nicely and it's not looking in a lighter shade. Now just to finish the blending, that's this Maroon shade. To just finish off the blending. So I'm just doing that now. Next, I'm going to be blending my cheeks and my cheeks. Still going with that shade in Ebony. I'm just going to be tapping that upwards, like so. Just going upwards, because you want to focus on the areas that you want to. You don't want to drag it down so that your face doesn't look bigger. We're trying to make our face look smaller and snatched. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm achieving that by dragging it upwards. I'm going to go into that maroon shade and just blend it nicely just what I did on the nose area. Just the powder shades I use. I'm still going to be doing that. I'm going to be going into my setting powder now, like the setting powder. I'll be using it to snatch my nose and also bake my under eye. So watch I do it. I'm going to be going into my beauty blender now to do that. So just use this to snatch my nose and bake my under eye so that when I'm doing my eyeshadow, it catches fall out. And at the same time, just eyeshadow right now, and I'm going to be using my Bennye Clown White to all over my lid. So I'm going to be applying that with my finger, like so. I'm going to be tapping that in. It's highly pigmented, so you want to go in like very little brush to further blend that out. Like a dense, a fluffy brush, not a precise brush. I'm just doing that to blend my eyeshadow primer out into my eyeshadow. So today's look is going to be about halo and halo eyeshadow. Just watch me as I go. I'm sure you've heard about it. So if you've not heard about it, then today is a good time. So I'm going to go into my Kylie eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using this shade, this orange shade, as my transition color. Like it's a brownish orange shade. So I'm just going to be using that to transition, and I'm going to pick in little of that and just apply that here. My crease area. I'm going to be doing that back and forth. Just keep doing that until you're fine. Now I'm going to be going into the darker shade, that is this dark brown, this particular dark brown, and I'm going to be using that to further blend my transition colors, like just continue doing that. Just watch. So I go back and forth. So next, after I've finished blending that, as you can see, I'm going to further go into a darker, like now I'm going to blend out this with a lighter shade of eyeshadow blended. So I'm just going to these areas of my face just to blend that out so that it doesn't look ashy. Okay, so I go in with a fluffy brush, like just a clean fluffy brush, and I just blend everything out like that. As you can see, I'm blending into my contour, like just so that everything just merges together. So next, I'll be going into a precise brush. Like this brush is like a pencil brush. Like it just gives you a precise finish. So I'm going to be picking this dark shade. I think it's like a dark purple. This particular purple. I'm going to be using that in the front and the tail of my eyes. So watch me as I do that. I'll just pack that and just put it here. Remember, I'm trying to create a halo eyeshadow. So that's what I'm doing. Just doing that. Blending this now with a fluffy brush. I'm just picking a lighter shade of like this particular orange I used in blending out this particular orange to blend it out, just so it's well blended. So I'm just blending that out because you really need to blend your eyeshadow. Trust me, guys. Blending is key. So I'm just using my eyeshadow primer, that same Bennye Clown White. I'll be applying that at the center of my eyes. You can see that I've blended everything out nicely. So I'll be applying that just at the center here of both eyes, just so that my eye color pops more. Okay guys, so now I'm going to my eyeshadow palette, and I'll be using this particular gold shade, now here. I'll be using that to all over my lid, all over the areas where I use the primer. I just applied the primer, so I'll be tapping that in with a fluffy brush. Okay guys, it's like a whitish gold. I'm going to be blending this into the colors in my eyes. So I'm going to be using a smaller precise brush, like this kind of brush. And I was picking that orangey shade I used and just blend it in to each other like so. Like I have to blend it nicely. So this is going to take a little while. Just make sure that it's well blended. So just putting that color. And I'm just making sure that this is blended in nicely. Both the front and the back. I'm going to a darker orange and I'm just making sure that that's people. Blend, 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 and blend. So you can keep going back and forth with whichever product. Like I already tapped into this too much, so I'm just going back into that gold and I'm making sure it's adjusted. Like this is beautiful. So next I'm going to be going to my pigment. This is pigment I have, just a random no-name pigment. It's been long I bought it. Very nice pigment. It's highly pigmented. Like yo, and this is in number 11. So I'm going to be using my Health glitter primer. I'm going to be using that to apply the pigment just at the center of my eyes where I applied that eyeshadow. So I'm just picking a little of that and tapping that into my eyes with my fingers. So I'm doing that like so. Just a little bit. A little on both sides. So I go into the pigment now and just apply that. Whoosh. Okay, so I'm just going to keep blending that and then make sure that it's well blended. And then I think I want to put just a little of that pigment in my brow bone area. It's been long I've done this. I just feel like I should just do this again. So I'm going in with a flat brush without any primer, and I'm just going to be doing that like so. Just so it blends in my eyeshadow. I don't know if you get that. Just doing that. So from my classic lash glue. So I'm going to be using my tweezer to apply that now onto my lashes. I've already done my mascara. I've already applied my mascara, so I'm just going to be doing that now. So I'm applying like so. Dusting of this powder under my eyes. I've fixed my other lash off camera, and I'm going to be doing that now. So I'm just dusting that off nicely. And then I'm going to be using my powder in Sweet Honey. That's Sweet Honey in Really Beautiful palette. I'm going to be using this Sweet Honey shade to set all over my face. That is my powder shade. That's my blush shade. So we're doing that like so. With Nia Beauty setting spray, and I'll be setting all over my face with that. In my eyeshadow primer inside my inner eye while this dries down. So I'll be doing that consecutively, and I'll be applying that inside my inner eye. When I'm done with that, I then set that inner eye with a nude eyeshadow. So I'm picking a nude eyeshadow, this particular nude shade now, to set my eyeshadow primer rather than in my inner eye. Okay, so next I'm going to be smudging my under eye with the colors I use just at my crease area. I'm going to be smudging that under my eye. Just going in. Using my blush. So I'm picking some colors from this, like just a color from my eyeshadow palette. Like you see, I basically use most colors from this palette. I'm going to be using this particular shade now to bronze, to like blush up my face. I'm going to apply that as a blush, so watch. Okay, so I'm going in with my bronzer now to apply. For that, I'm just going to blend this with my powder brush. Just so it's well blended, and I'm using my bronzer now all over my face. And I'm applying that with a fluffy brush. A bit on the tip of my nose and a little on the bridge of my nose also. I'm applying that with a flat eyeshadow brush so that I don't have too much. I like this illusion of a very slim nose. I'm going to be going into my lips. So I'm going to be using this imagic palette. You know, guys, I'm going to be using the dark brown shade now to be lining my lips with that. I'm going to be going into this Rubellite cosmetic lipstick. Is really nice. A nude shade. It's really nice. It's in Hyunaya. It's a very nice shade, and I'm going to be putting that all over my lips, like blending that into the brown shade. I'm going to be using a brush to just blend that out. This is like a fluffy brush. So next, I'm going to be going into my orange lipstick from Zaron Cosmetics. This orange lipstick is from Zaron. I'm going to be using that. Okay guys, so before I finish up, I always like to do this just because I want my lipstick to be very neat. I like to highlight, like clean up the sides of my lips in case I have any stain. I always use my foundation for that. Just very little. You don't want to go overboard with this just because you are done with your entire look. So I'll be blending that with my brush just to blend that out nicely. That's just to make that area clean. I don't really go overboard with it. I don't want my lip looking funny. So I go in with my clear gloss from Classic. Yes guys, from Classic Cosmetics. With my clear gloss, I'm just going to be applying that all over my lips. finish this look, I'm just going to be using this pigment. Yes, it's like a powder pigment. It's really pretty. A neon pigment. That's what it's called. I'm going to be applying that on my lip after I've applied the gloss. Can you see, guys? It just gives you this extra, you know, brightness. It just changes it, like changes the game. Changes the game. Like, this is the game. Changes the game. Yes, guys. So you want to do this after you've applied your lip gloss. Can you see that? So nice. It came out really beautiful. Can you see that? Like, can you see? Like, this is beautiful. From the brows to the eyeshadow, you know, to the lipstick. Like, the lipstick is just a game changer. Like, try out all what I did and trust me, guys, you're gonna love it. So, guys, please subscribe to my channel, please, and please share my videos, give me a thumbs up, always like my videos. Please comment down below any kind of look you want me to recreate, you know, drop suggestions in my comment section. And please, guys, please watch my other videos. You're going to learn a lot, trust me, guys. And if you found this tutorial really helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and also leave me comments in my comment section. It encourages me to go on. You know, I'm a new YouTuber and I want to, you know, become, you know, one of the big YouTubers. So your encouragement really goes a long way. I love you for always watching my videos, for always sharing, for always encouraging me. I see your comments. I love you people. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye, guys.